Hey, I'm Chris Hemsworth and you're watching Supanova TV.
Nolan North, white courtesy phone. Nolan North, white courtesy phone.
Up the back here, we have Aiden.
What is it like being the voice actor for the Ghost in Destiny?
It's great. It's great. Again, my son, my youngest, who's almost 14 now, he loves Destiny, massive. And, you know, it's also one of these jobs that an actor, you dream of, because they're like, would you mind doing this for the next 10 years, though? I'm like, no problem. Yeah, I can do that. You can buy the washing machine. But because my son's involved, I have a personal relationship to it and a responsibility to make it cool, or he gets mad at me. I hear it. Of course, he also has the you think it's cool, but it's not. Where he's playing, and I'll sit down and be like, "Eyes up, Guardian." He's like, "Yep, we've woken the hive. Not yet, not yet. We haven't, Dad. You can go now." I'm like, "I don't think so." He'll put headphones on. "All right, Ronan, let's go." He's like, "Oh, Ronan. Hey, Mr. North. It's the ghost. Hey, Mr. Ghost." These things happen. It's so I really love it. I actually try to play with him sometimes, and I'm so bad. And just as before he's about to die, he's like, "Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me," and he'll bring me back from the brink of death, and then I just go eat something. Tim Tams.
Hi, we're here with Chris Hemsworth. Thank you so much for joining me.
No worries, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Now, I want to know a little bit about you as a person. I know you were really into surfing growing up. Mm-hmm. Were you ever a bit of a nerd?
I don't know. What classifies a nerd? I don't know. Was I good at math? No. Was I good at science? No. Was I very smart? Not really. I was pretty. I mean, I read a lot. I read a lot of books and fantasy novels, and watched a lot of films, and in particular sort of fantasy films. I think that's where my love for, films like Thor and adventure stories came from. But I played a lot of sport, surfed a lot, played a lot of football, that kind of thing, yeah.
What were your favourite films growing up?
Never-Ending Story, Princess Bride, Labyrinth, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and then like the sort of classic, The Breakfast Club, and I don't know, the films from the 80s. Honey, I Shrunk the Kid was on the other day on TV, and I must have seen that 100 times when I grew up.
So if they were to remake, because they're rebooting so many of these other movies from the 80s, which movie would you go absolutely insane to be a part of?
To remake?
Yep.
I don't know, remakes are tricky. I did a remake of Red Dawn, 80s classic, and then a lot of people weren't very happy about it. But I don't know. I mean, look, when I guess, not that Star Wars is a remake, but they're kind of rebooting things or re-entering films from that period that I grew up on. I mean, that was one that I went, oh God, I'd love to be a part of that world.
You'd love to be a part of the Star Wars verse.
Yeah, just more as a fan,
Yeah.
and more than a career choice or any sort of so on. It's more just I love those worlds, and to sort of inhabit those for even a little moment and to be a part of it would be pretty special. I don't know. What do you think? What's your favourite?
My favourite is Labyrinth. Labyrinth is my favourite, but I don't know if I want to see them do a remake.
No, that's the thing. I don't want to wreck it. They're classics because someone did it right. They deserve not to be touched.
Exactly, especially with Jim Henson no longer around to do Labyrinth with us.
Could be wrong.
Now, obviously, Thor at the moment. Now, if you could do any other character from the Marvel movie-verse, which character would you swap with?
Maybe someone like Iron Man or Hulk. So then I could, when all the fight scenes happen, I just sit in my trailer and the special effects department come in and take over. See, that's for me. I have to learn all those fight sequences. A lot of those guys get to step out of the way. But I don't know. I mean, again, they all do. Those guys have done them so well. I'd be a little intimidated to sort of walk in and redo it. I'd love to do a villain at some point, and I don't know. Not that, again, I'd want to redo something someone's done.
No,
But
do you have another favourite villain that maybe hasn't been touched on yet?
from the comic books,
It doesn't have to be any villain.
no, not really, not off the top of my head. I mean, what Kate Blanchett did in our last Thor movie is incredible, and I remember reading that character before I even knew she was going to do it, and thinking, oh, that'd be fun. That'd be a pretty wild character to play, and you know, she does such a fantastic job. I'll stay away from it, but yeah.
I love how nuanced a lot of the villains are. Are there
Yeah.
any particular favourite heroes that you think are very nuanced?
Look, I think that's the key with, you know, I mean, in particular Iron Man, because he kind of started it all for all of us who created this world. And I remembered, you know, there's the complexity to those characters, and they have a whole nother side to them. They have the sort of facade or the superhero sort of element. And then behind the scenes, they're regular people, and they have a connective sort of tissue that we all relate to, or something that, or personal problems that we can kind of identify with. And that's the key, you know, if you have your character be sort of larger than life and non-relatable, then it becomes a little, there's a big disconnect, you know, and that's the challenge with any of these sort of larger than life characters, is trying to ground them in something truthful. But yeah, Iron Man for me was always something that had many layers and was quite nuanced. And,
I'm joined by Mary Poppins. Hi.
Hey man, how are you?
I'm so good. What made you choose the Mary Poppins outfit?
Mostly after Guardians 2, it all came out of everyone going through and just pictures of Yondu coming down out of the sky dressed in a Mary Poppins bag, umbrella, and I just thought, why not run with it?
Yeah.
So
Who made it all?
look, it's a mix of using retro stuff from op shops and things like that, repurposing stuff. I like repurposing stuff in my cosplay. It's just a cool thing to have. But apart from the bag, that was bought. The jacket was an old jacket at an op shop. Just modified it for Jeebus with all the buttons and just different shape and things. Handmade the parrot umbrella topper.
Nice.
And just ball cap and yeah. Just,
And what about the fin?
The fin, that was mine. That was out of EVA foam and stuff that I bought from a hobby shop, and just
That's
made
awesome.
it out of that. Yeah.
That's super
Pretty cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Nice work, man. And are you going to be flying off later?
Oh yeah, I might just disappear into the what comes with the wind and go with the wind and
Nice.
yeah, disappear into the space.
Nice.